This video is a message to the bloxfruits owners, maybe some of the admins, developers, and also to everybody out there who plays bloxfruits. And this video is meant to serve as just a discussion and not in any way, shape, or form to bully or harass anyone, especially the owners of the game. This is just a friendly discussion. So without further ado, just a quick message before we start. If you guys aren't yet subscribed, then now would be the perfect time because we're gonna be doing two giveaways: Perm Gas at 115k subs and Perm Dragon at 120k subs. If you don't want to miss it, subscribe right now and let's get this video started. So I want to start off with the obvious. The recent events that has taken place in bloxfruits has shed some really negative light on the owners of the game and the way they manage their game. Now, first and foremost, let's start with the very scandalous and very big issue that happened before, which was players losing their permanent dragons, even their physical dragons, in order for them to make more money with the dragon fruit. Now, again, they did fix this, but that's just as a result of people crying loud enough that they fixed everything that they did. And if people didn't complain, they probably would have kept it that way. Now, this shows me a few things, not just me, but I think everybody here as well, that the bloxfruits developers, not the developers actually, the bloxfruits owners are quite greedy. Let's just be honest here, okay? Now, again, there's a lot of argument to be made that if you don't want the dragon fruit, then just don't buy it. If you don't want the chromatic skin, then just don't buy it. But again, this does paint a picture that the owners of this game are quite greedy. So to keep this video as short as possible, my message to the owners is if you want to earn more money, you don't really need to do it by charging exorbitant or very absurd prices to the people that support you and make you who you are today. Instead, why don't you just update more than once a year and make around 5 times more money than you actually make? I mean, let's be honest here, if you wanted to, you could probably update this game every single month and earn 12 times more money, if not 20 times more money than you actually make right now. All you have to do is release a single fruit every single month and charge it for like 2,000 robux and people will probably buy it, right? And you will earn way more money than you do right now and people will probably complain way less. There is absolutely no reason in the world for chromatic skins to be 2,000 robux each. I mean, if you really wanted to make money, you could probably release one of these skins every single month, charge it 800 robux, and there would be less people complaining, more people buying it, and you would probably make more money than if you charged it 2,000 robux and release it only once a year. Now, that's really what bothers me here, because the fact that they could possibly make so much money if they just choose to update more than once a year, yet instead of doing that and, you know, putting in slightly more work, I mean, it's not even work for the owners since they pay their developers anyways, why not just update more, make your prices fair for everybody, and you'd probably still earn way more money than you do right now updating once a year. And that way, everybody's gonna be happy. There's gonna be more updates, you guys are gonna have more money. Now, I know that it's not really very easy to be updating every single month. I know it's not really very easy, especially if you want to put in some quality work into it. But let's just be honest here, it does not take a single year to be releasing an update no matter how big it is. You can take a look at other games out there such as anime tower defense games. You don't even have to look at just anime tower defense games specifically. Just take a look at other smaller games out there that perhaps are really very hungry and want to get their game at the top. They can update every month. And I know bloxfruits probably has some very high quality stuff either, but again, 1 year for one single update. And to be honest here, this update, despite it being good or decent sized, is not really the best or not really the biggest update, especially if we're considering the fact that it took them a single year to get this out. Maybe if it took them 5 months or maybe even 3 months for this update. Honestly, I think 5 months is even way too long for this update. They definitely could have finished this update within 3 months if they actually wanted to. Again, just take a look at other games out there. Anime tower defense games, which needs to update very frequently. Pretty much any other game out there that are very small and really hungry, they can release updates that are this size in much shorter time than a year. And bloxfruits is the biggest gaming or the biggest game in Roblox right now. So if they really wanted to, they could hire a lot of developers to actually get these updates out much faster than it is right now, and again, earn a lot more money. Now, I'm 100% sure that there are gonna be some kids in the comments saying, well, if it was so easy, why don't you make your own game? And I can tell you this right now, that those kids, because they are 100% kids, are the reason why bloxfruits will most likely never change. Because as long as there are people like this that support and protect them, no matter what they do, they don't have to change. They don't have to do anything, and they can be the same, and they can be as greedy as they want to be, and as lazy as they want to be, and nothing will happen to them as long as there's these kids that support whatever they're doing. So here's my message to the players of bloxfruits. Bloxfruits is an amazing game. I like this game. A lot of people think it's a great game. A lot of people think it's a bad game. But my message to the people that are playing this game is if you think something is bad, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to start discussions on Discord. Don't be afraid to make a YouTube video about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Voice your opinions out, because that's how things change. Don't just blindly accept whatever these owners are going to be giving you as complete fact. Don't just take it like a good boy. What? Because let's be honest here, if people didn't cry loud enough or didn't make a big fuss about the Dragon rework getting scammed essentially, then they probably would never have fixed it. But since enough people were talking about it, enough people were saying how bad it was, and enough people were making discussions on how it was pretty much a scam, then they were basically forced to just change it back to how it was. They always could have made it that way, by the way, and obviously they didn't do it just for good reasons. They made it because of greed. Again, the economy probably would have been a problem, balance would have been a problem probably, but at the very end of it, they made it because of greed, and they had to change it because enough people talked about it. And that's what this video is for, to be honest. It's not just to talk about the Dragon Fruit rework, it's not just to talk about the price of the chromatic skin, but to talk about bloxfruits in general. Because have you ever wondered what's gonna happen to bloxfruits after this Dragon rework? When's the next update going to be? When's Control rework gonna be? Is it gonna be next year around December again? Is it going to be in 2027? Are they going to be sticking to the schedule of one update per year? Or are they going to start doing more updates? Because let's be honest here, one update per year is absolutely insane, and it's definitely not very good for the players, and would probably result in them creating stuff that are going to be extremely overpriced just to make up for the 1 year that they did not update. Because that's essentially what's happening right here. They didn't update for 1 whole year, so they probably did not make as much money, so they have to release stuff that are going to be as overpriced as possible to earn or pretty much make back what they lost by not updating pretty much for the entire year. So to sum it all up, this video is a message to the owners of the game. My message being, if you want to make money and if you want to, make more money, then you don't really need to do it by overpricing your fruits and basically scamming your audience. All you have to do really is work a little bit harder, maybe update this game more than once a year, maybe every 5 months, every 3 months to be honest. And for the players of this game, you don't have to consume everything that they give you and just spend money on clearly overpriced stuff, because you don't have to do that. You're not supposed to do that. The more you support these things that the owners do, the more that they'll keep doing it to you. So you don't have to harass anyone. You don't have to be a bad person. You can make respectful discussions about it on Discord. Maybe make YouTube videos about it. Remember to always be respectful. You don't have to send hate to anyone, but never just blindly consume the things that they give you. Never just blindly support the things that they're doing. Start questioning them. Like, is it really all right for them to take 1 year to update and then scam their audience and then overprice certain items that shouldn't be overpriced? Or is this something that they shouldn't be doing? Ask yourself that question. Maybe make discussions about it online. Maybe make YouTube videos about it. The more that people talks about these issues, the more that they will probably see it and higher the chance of them probably changing something. Now that's gonna be it for today's video, but before I end this video, I just want to remind you guys to always be respectful to everyone, the owners and the developers. It's alright to make discussions, it's alright to ask things and criticize, but never alright to be disrespectful to anybody. You can always criticize stuff without being a jerk. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Merry Christmas everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.